Welcome to Serenity Dives Lionfish Fry Behind the Scenes, where we'll take you on an educational journey. In this short documentary, you'll witness the process of how this amazing fish gets from the ocean to your table, and also appreciate the hard work and dedication put into it. Enjoy! We're here with Vaughn Martin, the owner and operator of Serenity Dive Inc. Give us some more information about the fish fry and the history of it and why you decided to do it.
Well, basically what happened, we never really thought of it escalating to a point that it is now. We basically started the fish fry by just probably 4 or 5 of us going out, having a fun dive, catching some fish, learning about how to clean them and prepare them. And we came back here to the shop and started to fry it, just like everybody does, have a little hangout here with some drinks. And then before you know it, one of my friends suggested, why don't I try and do this more on a larger scale. He would invite people, he would tell people about it, and let's just try and sell it. So okay, why not? So it was just about 6 of us that started, and then before you know it, we caught enough to start to be able to have enough to supply for maybe 15 persons, because we didn't really expect it to get on such a large scale. So that 6 turned into 10 or 12 persons. Then from that it escalated into about 30 persons, and then it started to grow and grow until before you know it, now we have over 100 plus people at our fish fry.
Okay, Vaughn, so with all of this being said, how long have you been doing this fish fry for?
Probably about 3 plus years now. We started, yeah, since we opened the shop. The shop has been going about 5, so we started the fish fry probably about a little over 3 to 4 years now.
And what would you say has happened with the lionfish population as a result of you doing this fish fry?
Well, for sure it has, I would say it has made a impact on the population of the lionfish. Before, we would always see them in probably about 30-40 feet of water. Now, between ourselves and the other fisher folks, mainly us, because we catch at least 200 plus lionfish every month. So not just only on the dive sites, but in areas that we don't normally dive with guests. So we just pick random areas, and since we've been doing this on a regular basis, we have not seen as many as before, especially at that depth. Now we either have to go further or deeper to find the lionfish.
Okay, so would you say that there is a stigma that the people have surrounding this fish and eating it?
Well, not as before, not since we've been doing the fish fry. In the beginning, in the early stages of when they just arrived, what happened, there was a lot of controversy around it as, oh, it's a poisonous fish. You know, if you get stung, it's very painful, or you could die. So it was a lot of inaccurate information that was, circulating. So after people start to understand more about them and taste how it can be done, and they start to appreciate it more, this is what's going on. So more people now are enjoying it. They're not afraid of it as before, but of course that's just a small drop in the bucket. Yeah, so we still have a lot more people to get that information to, and for them to enjoy and understand that it's a great eating fish.
And have you personally ever been stung before?
Yeah, between myself and my staff, I've been stung in the initial stages when they just when we just started to catch them, either from being underwater, where we had an incident that they were protruding through the container cover and the spine hit us, or when we were cleaning them. So it happens, but we have of course not built up really a tolerance to say that's okay. but we're now more comfortable with the cleaning and catching of the fish. So yeah, it's not really a scare as before. So we're much more comfortable handling them now.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about the work that would go into, getting this fish from the ocean to the plates of the customers at the fish fry.
Well, as you can see, when we've been going out, trying to catch them, so that alone is enough stress just of trying to find the proper places to get enough for the fish fry. So that's one stressor. Also, when we do find them, it's all about cleaning them. So we fillet them, take the skin off, right? Make sure there's no bone. So even after cleaning them, we actually go through another process of rinsing them in fresh water. You don't smell the fish itself, so it's clean. And then we even go over it a third time, so that by hand, to make sure that there are no spines or bones in the fish after cleaning. Then of course you go into your seasoning, the preparation, and then the frying along with the salad and the buns that we do for the actual fish fry.
Coming up next, Day 1. Destination Indian Bay. Average fish caught 15. Average size 13 inches. On the first day of our expedition, we were headed to a dive site off the shore of a nearby beach called Indian Bay. Seeing that the Serenity dive crew had not tackled this spot in a while, we were hoping to be in for a treat, estimating to get at least 25 good-sized fish. They have the art of lionfish hunting down to a science, as they've been in it for years. Take a look at a typical dive plan before we submerge on our first dive.
Right now we're in the dive site in Indian Bay. We're gonna jump in about 20 to 30 feet of water and then make our way straight out until we get to around a depth of 60 feet. Right? There's no guarantee that we're gonna find anything there. We may have to go a little bit deeper, but we'll have to see when we get in. So usual, we do our backwards roll in, make sure everybody do their weight check. Everybody's gonna buddy up together, and then we're gonna make our way down. Remember, our signals are up and down are okay. Alright, how much air you have, so anything on your arm is 1,000, anything off your arm is 100. Remember, your half tank is 1,500, and your tank is starting about around 3,000 psi. Okay? We don't want to end our dives with less than 500, and of course we're going to maintain our bottom time and make sure it's around 45 minutes or so. On our way back up, we're going to make sure that we do our safety stop, 15 feet for 3 minutes. This on my watch, right? So everybody's staying around 15 feet for 3 minutes, and then on your way back up, we're going to pass your weight belt up first, and then if you can, you come up with your gear, or you can take your gear off in the water, right? So that's the plan. We're going to stick together, make sure everybody is safe, which is always key, and we're going to just throw a roll of the dice and see if we find any lionfish on this side.
The Pterois volitans, commonly known as the lionfish, is a venomous coral reef fish that is native to the Indo-Pacific region. Characterized by its red, brown, black, and white stripes, its wide, feather-like fins, and venomous spines, the lionfish has been invading our beloved Caribbean and Atlantic waters since the early 2000s. The Lionfish are found in many marine habitats, but thrive most in the warm waters of the tropics.
Alright guys, so how would you say the dive was?
Well, it was a beautiful dive as usual, but as you can see, the lionfish population is not what we expected. And this is always the problem for us trying to catch as much lionfish as possible for our fish fry. Because we not only controlling some part of it, but we still have like the spearfishers and other fishermen that we have to compete with that would dive in these areas as well. So it was not successful. We got to about 80, 81 feet on that dive, and we only found a lot of small ones, but I only got probably one. I just shot him despite Harvey probably got one or two bigger ones. It was not successful.
Coming up next, Day 2. Destination, Turtle Bay and Cane Garden. Average fish caught, 26. Average size, 14 inches. As the second day of our journey began, we prepped our equipment and set sail for our next destination. Today, the Serenity crew decided that we would slightly move up the leeward coast from our previous site to two new spots called Turtle Bay and Cane Garden Point. Having only caught 15 fish the previous day, they decided to hunt in these areas as they are usually hotspots for lionfish activity. Every month, Serenity Dive seeks to obtain at least 50 pounds of lionfish. The average lionfish yields around a quarter or 0.25 pounds after cleaning. Therefore, a minimum of 200 fish must be caught every month in order to keep up with the demands on the night of the fry. Firstly, we made our way to Turtle Bay. This beautiful site is located right after Kingstown Bay, next to the Otley Hall shipyard, and is about 15 minutes away from the Serenity Dive Center. Stay tuned with us as we interview one of the divers on the team that did this dive.
We're here with Harvey. So Harvey, how would you say was the dive that you just did?
Very challenging.
What was the biggest challenge that you encountered in that last dive?
Currents within about 5 or 6 knots.
So when you went on that dive, how many lionfish did you catch?
12.
Would you say it was challenging to catch those lionfish? About what depth did you have to go to?
I got them to 109 feet. It's very challenging because of the currents.
Okay, and in terms of size, would you say that you got good size fish?
Yes, about average size 12 inches and up.
Alright, in that general area, are you guys accustomed to finding the amount of fish that you found, or more or less?
Well, months before we used to find a lot more,
Okay.
but the population is depleted, so
And why would you say that has happened?
because we've been hunting them out on a regular basis.
Only you guys, or do you have to compete with other fishermen as well?
Well, not compete. There's a lot of other people go out there because a lot of people find out that the meat is very good.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people tend to go and get them.
And you think that a lot of people are now gravitating more towards this fish compared to other species because of the lionfish fry? You think that would have to do a lot with it?
I think that have a part to do with it.
Uh-huh.
So it's a good thing and a bad thing.
How so?
Because the good thing is we get them to eat, and the bad thing is they're depleting so quickly that we'll not be able to get them in a bit because they're getting smaller and deeper.
Right.
Coming up next, Day 3. Destination, Fancy. Average fish caught, 57. Average size, 16 inches. After having caught approximately 26 fish on the previous day, the crew decided that it was time for some extreme measures as the date for the fry grew closer and they needed more fish. They decided to do what is referred to as a blind dive in a previously unexplored area. We ventured off the shore of a village called Fancy, which is located at the northernmost end of the island.
Lionfish have been known to dwell in waters of approximately 1 to 300 feet. In recreational diving, the safe limit in which a diver should go is 130 feet. However, according to information given by Von Martin, depths of 140 feet have been reached in order to hunt lionfish. This invasive fish poses a huge threat to our local marine ecosystem due to the fact that they have no native predators here in our waters. They consume over 50 species of fish, some of which are economically and ecologically important, such as the algae-eating parrotfish. As such, Serenity Dive has founded their monthly Lionfish Fry to raise awareness of the ongoing crisis on our waters by showing just how tasty this fish is. An adult lionfish can grow to as large as 18 inches long, with juveniles being 1 inch or less. The lionfish population is always on the rise, with a mature female being able to lay a whopping 2 million eggs per year. Although it may seem as if there is an abundance, it is becoming increasingly difficult to spot them due to competition from other fishermen and from them adapting to being hunted. As such, divers must now go deeper to hunt this delicacy.
Due to this area being so far and the lack of hunting in it, we were able to get a massive amount of good-sized fish. 57 to be exact. Coming up next, Day 4. No dive was done due to unstable weather conditions. Although we were unable to go out on this day, the Serenity Dive crew had enough fish in their reserves to compensate, and we had officially reached our target of a minimum of 200 fish. Coming up next, Lionfish Fry Night. Destination, Point Bay Resort. Total fish caught, 203. Average size, 16 inches.
Ah yes, the final and most important part of our journey, the lovely Lionfish Fry Night. All the hard work of the team has led them up to this one critical moment. Sit back and enjoy the view of how it's prepared and served, as well as what some of the customers have to say.
How are you enjoying the lionfish? We good?
Yeah, man.
That's good, that's good, that's good. How was the lionfish?
Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, so how was the lionfish?
The lionfish is the best thing I have eaten in Serenity.
Really?
Yes.
Alright, then that's good to hear, that's good to hear.
Much better than dolphin or like barracuda.
Oh, so you plan on coming back again?
Yeah, sure. Maybe
Alright.
next Friday.
How you enjoy the lionfish?
It was really delicious. Happy I was here to try it this month. It was fresh and hot, and I loved how it was prepared.
Okay.
Awesome.
Alright. What about you?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, coming from an island where we have a lot of seafood as well, and it was nice to taste something different, fresh, and authentic to the St. Vincent culture.
Alright.
Really like the sweet flavor. It tasted really good.
Yeah, last but not least, it was really yummy. I was happy that it didn't have a face on it. It was nice to know a little bit about the history and about all the ins and outs behind it.
Yeah.
It's good.
This is my first time having lionfish here with Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
I have had it before somewhere else, but this one was really, really awesome. And I really enjoyed hearing a little bit about the history and all that Vaughn has been doing and about with the lionfish. Some of the best fish I've had in a long time. I'll definitely be coming again.
Yeah, good night. This is my first time trying the lionfish here at Port. You know, it's a very lovely fish. Didn't believe that it actually tasted good. You know, didn't believe a lionfish that they say have so much poisonous spoons and so deadly and however could actually come out and taste so good here at Port. So I advise anybody out there who want to really try lionfish and see how good it is to come at Port and check out this lionfish. Alright, check it out.
So you enjoy the lionfish?
Man, that lionfish is just amazing. Best type, I believe it's my favorite type of fish right now.
We have reached the end of our week-long journey with Serenity Dive and the process behind their monthly Lionfish Fry initiative. We hope you have enjoyed and also gained some insight on the purpose of it. Thank you.